What is that? A urinal?
It's not just a urinal.
What?
That's right. It's a famous piece of art by Marcel Duchamp called The Fountain.
How is that art? It's just a urinal.
It is art. It's an example of what is called a ready-made, which is an ordinary manufactured object designated by the artist as a work of art. It was part of the artistic movement known as Dada.
But why is it considered art?
Well, as the author Calvin Tompkins put it in his biography of Duchamp, whether Mr. Mutt with his own hands made the fountain or not has no importance. He chose it. He took an ordinary article of life, placed it so that its useful significance disappeared under the new title and point of view, created a new thought for that object.
So what you're saying is, he purchased an object and called it art? Sounds to me like he's exploiting his fame and making millions off of just an object he purchased. It sounds like he just simply renamed the object.
That's right.
Is it still considered art?
Yes, it is considered art.
Why didn't he make something to show the same message?
Because it was part of the Dada movement, which was a reaction to the absurdity and the horror of World War I. And they wanted to remove all boundaries that restricted art, and they wanted to take out the physical technique that it required to make art.
What you're telling me is anything can be art?
That's right, even your ugly face. So Brandon, what's the next piece of art that we're going to be looking at?
I can't believe you morons actually buy this shit. Don't worry, it's just the title.
Oh.
This work of art is by a street artist, an anonymous street artist by the name of Banksy. He likes to make political statements with his artwork.
Oh, so what political statement does this one make?
In this work, he's saying that art should not be restricted to the upper class who bid millions of dollars in art auctions. He's saying that art should be for everyone. According to Fidon.com, he says, "Galleries seek to create an atmosphere that combines exclusivity and a sense of being at the cutting edge." He's also making fun of the upper class by saying they're paying millions of dollars for something that is everywhere. Art is everywhere.
But isn't it ironic that this very painting was sold at an auction for millions?
Yes, it is ironic. But this was propelled by the mass media. Mass media made this art famous. This artist famous. But he did a social experiment. Banksy created several works of art and had a man sell his works of art on a crowded street in New York. The entire day, the man sold about 4 or 5 paintings. And the total that was brought in was about $400.
Oh wow, I wish I was there. Wouldn't anyone recognize his art?
No, no one recognized his art because it was not brand name art. It was not popular art. What Banksy is trying to say through this social experiment is that a lot of artwork, even the best artwork, is overlooked because it's not popular. This is why Banksy is a street artist. He says, according to the Oxford Essentials quotations, he says that the spray can is a tool that can be used for good or ill. I always leave a wall looking better than I found it. When people think of graffiti, they think of something that is ugly, that destroys property or a wall and makes it uglier. But anything can be art, just like a urinal.
So our artworks have something in common?
That's not the only thing that they have in common. They change perspective. Both of our artists showed that art has no boundaries.
Art has no limitations.
Art is for everyone.
And art is everywhere.